Okay, that definitely hits it. It blinks in surprise, yes. Still grabbing onto the death speaker, though. This one is not impressed. Since the death speaker cannot make opportunity attacks, it will just bound blast the death speaker and go to engage Dwohurim. It'll get its own damn meal. 10 points of damage, and then... That's your best shot. Turns out that Dwohurim is so fueled by anger and fury, or whatever it is that's motivating him right now, that the hit is not that much in comparison. It misses, but it will stay next to Dwohurim. The speaker will go ahead and make his attack roll against the beetle. That will succeed. I need to check damage for what his staff would do. I'm pretty sure that it would be... Yes, that.
Plus 14, Jesus.
6,
Well, he was like a 7th level creature, I believe.
He is 7th level, yes. Deals 22 points of damage to the beetle. Whack, 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 whack,
Yeah.
whack.
It's better than my attacks.
Which actually staggers the beetle, who's
So
damn
if he's-
grabbing the death speaker.
If he's 7th level and he also gets the escalation die, that still puts his strength mod at plus 5.
He doesn't get the
He's like
escalation
a
die.
creature of some sort, you know.
He's not a PC, yeah.
Yeah, he's not a PC.
Different rules.
He's also... I did not create any sort of situation for him in which he would not have access to his attack spells when I made him. It was entirely possible that you guys were going to kill him. Okay. With that in mind, this will be at a +4 bonus. Now that the death speaker is grabbed, the beetle will attempt the eye scoop attack.
No.
That is a 20 versus physical defense. That misses the death speaker, as the creature just sort of bounces off the damn mask. Ends its turn. Dwohurim.
Well, what I should have done from the beginning, remembering that I can shoot into melee fine.
Yes.
That's what I'll do. I'll shoot this thing.
Shooting number 1.
Yeah, that doesn't hit, I think.
Yeah, that deals 5 points of damage. Anything else with your turn?
No.
Okay. The Geráck will attempt to slash you with its claw. That will hit, and that is a natural odd hit. 2 points of damage, and Dwohurim was grabbed. You have a -5 penalty to disengage checks, unless you first successfully hit the creature who's grabbing you. You can't make opportunity attacks, and you cannot use range attacks, although melee and close attacks are fine.
Alright. So if I shoot it with my bow in melee, that's fine.
And if you shoot it with your bow, that would be a range attack, so that would be a -4 penalty.
Okay. Well,
The death speaker didn't even bother trying to disengage. Keeps trying to beat at this damn thing with his black heart staff. That hits and deals 31 points of damage. The beetle is nearly dead.
like a fuck beetle.
Escalation die is 4. The beetle will use a free action to drop the death speaker and will fucking jump far away. It flees.
Bitch.
Death speaker no longer grabbed and shakes his staff menacingly. Dwohurim.
Well, I can't do ranged attacks. So I guess I'll just crescendo it.
You can certainly do that. You can also use your greatsword, of course. That
That's
will...
pretty bad damage.
That is bad damage, but it does hit, and it's a pop free. You're no longer grabbed. You knock it right off. You knock yourself right out of its mouth.
Shocking lightning in its face.
It blinks in perhaps aberrant surprise. Geráck, 1 will move to engage you again. rather damn adamant that it's going to grab you. And it will do so. 10 damage, and it grabs you again. The Deaf Speaker looks around there, looks towards you, winces, and then drops down. Escalation die goes to 5.
Does he need to be like dying, or
he just suddenly collapsed right in front of your eyes.
well, I mean that's bad news. Guess we'll try the crescendo again.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. And knocks him free all over again. 12 points of damage.
I can use my heal to get like a recovery. Use a recovery.
The beetle looks at you, looks back, and moves over to like this opponent who appears to have fallen, and will begin slashing at it. And will grab the body just in time for an explosion of gore to come out of its head and neck.
Oh, it's the fucking intellect devourer. What?
Not me.
The Geráck, the beetle, lets go in surprise, and perhaps if the aberrant could be afraid, it would be. The Deaf Speaker's head and neck explode, and appearing out is a very familiar and mysterious sight. Well,
you were on the
now
fucking boat
by the rays of the sun.
I knew it.
The Geráck is not engaged anymore, and it actually looks like it's going to run. It is purely intimidated by this creature. The two behind you actually start screaming, "That's it! That's the one who attacked the ship!" And using its turn,
You should run to the ship. Tell them what happened here.
hissing out of this creature's mouth is, "They will not escape," as it will attempt to use its... Let me check specifically. I did not have his page
Killed the
up
Death
immediately.
Speaker. I assume he is dead now.
He is very much
His
dead.
brain exploded.
Yes, he is gone. Okay. The creature will use its formless fist as a quick action, taking damage in the process to do so. Yes. And this is against... No, it'll do this first. First off, as a Dwohurim is close and no longer grabbed, of course, will attempt a Mind Thrust against Dwohurim Harsca, as the Intellect Assassin tries to brutalize into Dwohurim's brain. 22 versus mental defense.
That does it.
That is an illegal attack, my apologies. I used the wrong macro. Instead, the text for that, that would be in a 1 attack roll of higher. 14 points of damage instead, and you are locked into a psychic duel with the Intellect Assassin.
I see.
You lose the vision of the real world becomes a bit transparent and translucent, except for you and then the grand sight of the Intellect Assassin standing here. And it says, "Submit to me, Dwohurim Harsca, and I will make this painless."
Well, Dwohurim doesn't want to have his head exploded.
As a quick action, it will take the damage required for utilizing this ability as a quick action, and it will attempt to use Formless Fist. It does get its bonus because of the escalation die whenever it popped out.
So, have you moved the initiative to it?
Yes, it would be its turn.
Yeah, all right, good.
My apologies for not having set that on the tracker. I'm distracted too. This will be against Dwohurim's physical defense, which is a miss. Took damage to get that as a quick action, and damn miss with that. Okay. The escalation die will go to a whopping 6. Dwohurim, you are locked in a psychic duel with this creature. At the start of your turn, which is now, I want you to make an intelligence skill check. You are allowed to use a background that applies to psychic ability, which I don't think you have.
Probably not.
No, that's your intelligence modifier and your level, and a d20. These guys are off the map. Okay, a result of 20 means you are pressured. You take a -2 penalty to attacks against any enemy except the assassin. There's only the assassin here right now. I mean, there's a Geráck, but it looks like it's going to run.
Uh-huh. I mean, thought is that it's probably not too good for AC. And fuck, I only have like that or crescendo, basically.
Magic missile.
I could do an empowered crescendo for like 24 damage, but I don't know if that's really worth it.
Use the sword.
I mean, the bow is better objectively in every way.
Oh, okay, we use the bow.
Right.
Yeah, I think the bow would make most sense. It does more damage than even an empowered crescendo could, and I really would imagine this thing to be low on AC.
Let's shoot it. That's a crit.
That is enough to hit it, because it's a critical, yes. That is... The well-armored and extremely tiny creature sort of regrets taking a quick action and taking some damage in the process, as you put, like, an arrow right in some important-looking thing.
And it'll move up and engage it.
Okay, it is engaged. Still locked in your psychic duel.
Still not staggered though. So
it actually is staggered now. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yes. The beetle has noted it flees. It has been sufficiently terrified. Which takes us to the intellect assassin's turn. Excuse me. Hissing. It will not take a quick action to do that. What will it do here? You're not confused, so it can't do that. It will try a normal formless fist attack instead of using it as a quick action. Escalation die versus physical defense. That is a crit.
Not really much I can do about it.
That is 50 points of damage, or because you're in a psychic duel, you can take a -8 to your next skill check.
Losing a psychic duel sounds pretty bad.
It sounds pretty bad. I guess I should just take the damage and be like, no, you will not eat my brain.
I mean, you still have a heal or something,
I'll take
right?
it. I still have my standard
The
recovery.
formless fist crashes into you, battering at your entire body. And like it says, I've enjoyed sneaking aboard your vessel and devouring one you hold dear right from under your nose. And I will exact my vengeance. I will ride on you, and I will claim the others. Dwohurim Harsca.
I don't like the sound of that at all, actually. Well, it is staggered, and I think it's probably easier. I'll do the empowered crescendo now.
Okay.
Because he thinks that maybe he can like just do that to finish it off quicker.
That will miss it.
Damn it. Well, it takes up to my level anyway.
Yes. It seems that would have hit it were it not for its Psychovore ability.
That does what?
Its Psychovore ability, Lord Taraptus would have mentioned, remembers the current escalation die value the first time it becomes hosted at a battle, and gains a bonus equal to that value to all attacks and defenses until the end of the battle.
That's terrible. Wow.
It came out at escalation die 5.
Jesus.
Well, Take that.
It does. The intellect assassin hisses and says, "Your weakened state is no match for me. I had hoped to encounter a moment such as this. Never did I think it would come so soon." As he will attempt to use another formless fist. You should still make a before the end of your turn. This is supposed to be at the start, and this is me being stupid and lazy. Go ahead and make a psychic dual skill check. Okay. Well, that wouldn't have affected anything anyway. With a result of 25, actually, that does matter. The creature steadies itself and can use a move action this turn to escape the psychic duel. If the creature chooses not to escape, it gains a +2 bonus to its next psychic duel check. So you can use a move action to get out of the psychic duel.
What exactly does the cycle do? Do I want to get out of that?
That's up to you.
I mean, I have no idea what it does, what it means.
No, your character has no psionics background. You have no idea what the hell is transpiring.
I mean,
other
sure.
than the entire world
Let's
seems a
stop
little
the
transparent.
Let's stop the mental duel.
Okay.
I'd like to see the real world.
The world will come back to normal, in which case, it will instead use its insidious domination attack to try and put your ass back in the psychic duel.
Huh.
That is 28 versus mental defense. That's 14 damage, and you are locked in a psychic duel again.
Don't just hate when you get locked in a psychic duel.
I know, it's terrible.
It's never been a condition or situation I've been in before. Escalation die range is 6. Go ahead and make that same skill check.
Alright.
That is a 14.
Yeah.
You are confused until the end of your turn. You also
that-
cannot make opportunity attacks until the start of your next turn and take a -2 penalty to your next psychic duel check. Your turn, as you have no nearby allies, is spent, basically wasted. Piddled away your standard action, at least.
Damn.
That is the consequence of failing the psychic duel.
Uh-huh. So I guess now I'm just standing here.
Yes, you do still have a move and quick action. You can use to do something, but your standard action is just you're just zoning out effectively as the intellect assassin batters into your brain.
Well, let's see what we have that I could potentially... I mean, I'm really mostly out of anything.
And this is what it waited for.
Yeah. Yep, no, I don't think I have really anything that I could do.
Quick action.
I guess I could try to move away from it.
Yes, you could certainly...
But I engaged it. It's ranged.
Yes, you definitely engaged it. However, it cannot make opportunity attacks against you.
Oh,
So
well.
you can move away back to nearby.
Alright, sure.
It appears to be too small and doesn't really have anything in the way of limbs to actually take advantage of opportunity attacks. Okay. That is the end of your turn. You're no longer... let's see
I'm also
here.
very staggered, actually.
Until the end of its... Okay. You would be confused until the end of... Until the end of the Intellect Assassin's turn. Okay. Which does allow it to use its Mind Thrust power, which can only target confused enemies.
Not bad.
1d20 plus 10 plus 5 versus mental defense. That is a miss. It blinks. No, it can't. It has no eyes.
I mean, how? It flaps its weird, tooth brain mouth.
Yes, it flaps its weird, tooth brain mouth, expecting to have entirely crushed your mind right then and there. And Dwohurim, feeling the urge to submit and obey, pressing against his mind, is able, after everything. The assassin tightening his physical grip on him, images, maybe memories, flashing through his mind of honorable surrenders and merciful victors. Dwohurim thinks he can hear it whisper that it would be so much better for him if he would just give in. That is the end of the Intellect Assassins. It will move after Dwohurim.
Don't do that. It's rude.
Go ahead and make a Psychic Dual skill check. Okay, a 21 means that you're just pressured. You would take a -2 penalty to attacks against any enemy except for the assassin.
Yeah. Like, how does it appear to see me? Would being invisible do me any good?
It could. Lord Teraptus didn't say whether it could see invisible creatures. You're not entirely sure how it perceives. It could very well help you.
It's worth a try, I think.
So, being invisible means he'd have a 50% mischance.
But I can't take standard actions at the same time.
That's
So
correct.
that's pretty bad, which means it's basically, at this point, basically losing and dying. That's what happens. I can't activate my cloak unless I get missed by melee attack, and he doesn't do any of those. And my wand is not useful unless I have some actual people to hurt. I guess I have to shoot it.
Okay.
Like, I don't really... I could try recovery, but... Guys, what do you think? I mean, I'm gonna have to kill it eventually, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Recovery would give me around 30 hit points, but it does more than that with a hit, so...
Hmm.
Maybe I'm lucky. Well, it doesn't look like lucky.
That is a miss. It would have hit were it not for the Psycho 4.
Oh well.
We'll
Take
take
the-
5 points of damage, and it is bleeding out of its numerous, extensive brain wrinkles. The mouth is severely worse for wear. And it shudders and says,
We can strike a deal. Doesn't have to be my brain, does it? Can that be someone else's brain?
A creature says, I wasn't planning on entirely consuming you anyway.
Well, they should have fucking told me that. No cease and desist, we can talk about it.
Intellect assassin, like tilts its entire brain. and we'll actually say we can shift into a conversational thing here in the lull of combat before it might act again. It'll say, look, there's no way that I could have completely consumed your mind, as I have done with the others thus far, and then still passed for you in front of your companions. They'll already be suspicious. They're not going to... They'll see the Death Speaker gone and assume that you're me.
Yeah.
I was looking to sort of merge with your mind instead. Can't say I have too terribly much of an interest in this whole 3-4 thing. I was hoping to just ride this one out as you.
What the hell would that do?
It would, we would... It's like this assassin boss. I haven't done this for 3 ages, so you'll have to excuse me, but I think that you would be you and me. We would be together.
Forever?
Yes.
Then what happens when I die?
I would... Effectively, you wouldn't die.
What?
Like...
Wait, so you would eat my mind and then you would gain all my memories? Is that what you're saying?
No. Like, your brain and personality would fuse into... we'd go together.
I mean, you understand there's a little hard to trust you here. We're talking about eating my brain.
Not eating your brain so much as merging with it. Look, you wanted to talk about this.
Could we talk to Teraptus about it? I think he was very interested in doing that sort of thing, but...
And it says, no, don't want to go in front of Lord Teraptus.
Why not?
Well, I mean, he'd probably see through it. That's why I can't eat you completely.
See through it, you say? Well, I mean, that would probably mean that I shouldn't do it, right? If he wouldn't.
No, that's why I can't eat you completely. That's why instead I'm offering to just fuse with your mind instead. You'll gain a lot of knowledge about, oh, I don't know, Axilia, the Four, how to get back the damn powers that have been stripped from you.
But I would also be dead.
No, you wouldn't be dead.
I mean, you did just say that you enjoyed eating my friend in front of me.
Yes, it's what I do.
That doesn't really sound like a great thing. So if I die, I would become a thing like you, then.
No. What do you want most out of life, Dwohurim?
To do a lot of good.
And you can do that if you actually survive this. You can do that by getting your power back. You can do that by killing Axilia and finding a way to stop the Four.
While still being control of myself. Somehow.
And Intellect says, look, like I said, I can't eat you as I would everyone else. Your companions will see right through it, as would Lord Teraptus for sure. Anything that I wanted to do would fail. I'd have to, take you and then run away with you. Which I'm not going to do.
So why are you even fighting?
Intellect Assassin said, well, I figured with you being this weak, I wouldn't have to go through an awkward explanation. I sort of fuse with your mind instead of eating it, and we can have the conversation once I'm in your head.
Which means that if I continue fighting you, I'm losing nothing.
Well, it's entirely possible, albeit highly unlikely, that you could kill me, in which case you would lose all of the opportunities for knowledge that I have. If you want your friend and companion's death, multiples of them to be in vain, and to have lost your power, and to not know how to have a chance at defeating Axilia, and to not have any sort of clue of how to stop the Four, then yes, we can continue this fight. If you would actually like to do good, though...
There must be some sort of... I'll need to know a little more. I understand this is very sudden. This sort of...
The Intellect Assassin does a sort of human gesture, it lifts one of its legs, scratch at the wrinkled and bloodied mass of its giant brain, and says, as I've said, I have not done this since the 10th age. It's only the very powerful that I offer this to, and I can't say how it'll specifically affect anyone. I'm not going to be in control, that's for sure. We're not even going to have full access to all of what I know and have in store. That's why I carry around all those trinkets with me anyway, to remember what I've done.
Then why do you want to do this?
Because, well, it gets a little boring and lonely. I have lived for many ages, Dwarf, and I am interested in seeing how this one plays out. You're at the center of all of this. I'd like to know how the story goes.
We will be together forever, then.
Intellect Assassin says, yes, we would be.
Are the others still in there?
Yes, they are.
Do they speak now? Or is this only you?
Intellect Assassin, pauses and says, it's all me. Because how I handle them is different. I've devoured them. I can't devour you.
Why not? I won't...
As explained, if I devour you, then I cannot effectively pass at you. Whenever I devour someone, all of the magic that they had is gone. That's why the Death Speaker could not cast any spells.
How would this merging happen?
You would accept me into your head, and
And then trust that you do something right.
the
If
intellect
I let you
assassin.
in there and you then eat my brain,
If I let you in there and eat your brain, I've doomed myself to staying on this island. I'm not going to be able to leave here without your cooperation, and I don't want to be stuck here.
well, you know, Dwohurim doesn't want to die.
Locked
And he
in,
doesn't think he can win here.
locked in the psychic duel as Dwohurim is, would be enough to firmly see the motives here. The intellect assassin, as far as Dwohurim can tell, is not lying.
Yeah, it is what Tereptos said, though. Tereptos definitely said that it would be very good to have it. Like, to do this. Because it would know everything. But, it's his brain that would need to be somehow fused with a monster.
Yes.
On the other hand, maybe it would give him something to... Leon's dead. And he obviously...
A monster that also killed a somewhat close friend of yours, just right now in front of your eyes.
He couldn't save all those people. Maybe with more power he could.
The creature says, I am Victory at Lorges Valley. That is what I refer to myself among others of my kind. It was a great battle between the armies of the Empire and the hordes of the Orc Lord several ages ago, and it was with my assistance that the Empire was able to beat back those armies. I have done many things that you would consider depraved and evil. But you would actually have an opportunity to help shape what it is that is done. Isn't that what shapers do?
What is the intelligent artifact of Hurim's Hall if he reaches its mind?
The intelligent magic item will say, we shapers of the Second Circle and, of course, the Legacy, not entirely considered this, Dwohurim. If you fail, and he beats you down, he might do this to you anyway, and then you're going to be fused whether you like it or not. From how it sounds really desperate to escape this island. Should you kill it, which, if it could very well be possible, considering it's even entertaining this discussion, the item you think offers like the mental equivalent of a shrug, well, then the Death Speaker would be dead, and Leon would be dead, and we would have to do research into how to get your power back, and we still wouldn't know how to kill Exilia.
So what you're saying is that if something like this could have saved your order, then you would have done it.
The item says, we think so.
Well, that's basically my destiny saying that it would be. Just